Welcome to We Are South Sound. Today we're at Dakine Volleyball Club with Ari. Ari, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. So, first off, before we talk about your amazing facility, right? Let's talk a little bit about your family, how you got into this, that whole fun stuff.
Okay. I guess from the start, our intention was never to have a volleyball club per se. We started off when my husband Chris blew his Achilles, and he was still playing a lot, and we decided, well, let's do a couple camps for our friends and that sort of thing. So we did a couple camps down at Alki Beach, which evolved into more beach club, which evolved into indoor club, which evolved into we need space, and here we are.
Okay, so husband Chris.
Yes.
And he was a player. You're a former college player, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then round out the rest of the family.
Okay, so my stepson Travis is playing now. He's playing down in El Camino College.
Okay.
With COVID, they've had 2 years. We're kind of a break, but he is heading back down in January, and
Nice.
we're super excited to see him play down there. Super excited. And then our daughter Chloe is 10, and she is going to be starting off her volleyball career with the U12 surf team this year. So
Very cool. Now, I'm going to break it into indoor and beach. So let's start indoor. We've had the younger, so U14 and younger tryouts already.
yes, all done.
All right, and then we have 15 through 18 at the end of the month. Is that correct?
Yes, so it's a little bit different format this year. They start on Monday, November 29th, and there's not usually in the past it's been one day and there's age group after age group after age group. This year it's going to be a little bit different where we can have age groups on each night of the week. So I'm excited to break that up a little bit so it's not such a long day for the coaches.
And also, it gives the kids roughly a week off from states. Is that right?
I believe so,
Okay.
yes. They get that Thanksgiving week off and then we get right back into it.
So, okay, that's the indoor side. When is the typical beach season? Like, when are kids here working on as, beach players? Like, how's that work on the beach side?
So it's a little bit different for the beach side. We have our winter beach program, and those kids will travel throughout the nation and they'll play in something called the BVCA, which is the Beach Clubs of America. And what they do is they compete in a collegiate style format, 5 pairs against 5 pairs.
Okay.
Or sometimes 3 pairs versus 3 pairs in places like Dallas and California and Florida and Colorado this year. And so those kids, January through April, will travel all over the place, and they will compete against the other top beach clubs in the country. Last year at one point we were first in the country. Right now we're second in the country on the beach side. So we're really looking forward to that. And then those kids, typically in the summertime, they will go down to California for the month of July and compete for that whole month.
Okay, very cool. So, we have indoor courts for sand, which is rare. Is there another facility in the state of Washington that has indoor sand?
There were some, I believe they've since closed.
Okay.
And now it's just us right now. We love having the indoor sand courts. They're amazing to work out on. And our indoor kids too love to work out on those courts. So they're great to have.
Now, do you see a lot of the younger kids doing both at first to kind of get a feel which one they like more?
Yes, I would say that the younger kids are starting off and they're doing both. They're doing hard court during the winter season, beach during the summer season, and then as they get a little bit older, the 2 pathways, they're starting to split a little bit on the collegiate level. And so a lot of those kids that are super serious about beach, they may only do beach, say from their sophomore or their junior year. And then the ones that are more interested in playing hard court in college, they'll do just hard court in the sophomore and all the way through to their senior years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anybody watching this that wants to get their child into it, what's the best way for them?
So the best way is to check out our website. It's www.dakinevc.com. That's dakinevictorcharlie.com. And we have a lot of information there on our indoor courts and our beach courts. You can also come in. We have leagues for adults and for kids, tournaments on the weekends. It's probably a little bit more on the beach side for all of those things, but we also have some adult hard court leagues as well. So we have a lot of fun things going on.
That's awesome, because I know former players, and it's been great, and they get out of college and about 6 months later, like, I don't know what to do. Like I want to play, I don't know where to play. So that's awesome that you are having a space for people to still play, because volleyball shouldn't end when you're 22.
Yeah,
So.
One of my favorite groups down in California is there's a couple groups of 80 plus men and 80 plus women, and they'll be out there once a week with their regular group playing beach volleyball because it's nice and easy on the joints, and it really is a lifetime sport. It's something you can do for your entire lifetime, and I just love this sport.
One, I was lucky enough to work with Team USA for a summer, and in the same facility, every morning there's a group, 20 retired aged people that go and play, and it's almost back to underhand serving again, right? But it's still, they're just having so much fun with the game. So.
Yeah, it's so fun, and anything is better than running in a treadmill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lastly, and it just came to me, so I apologize. Boys, is there a boys side to this? I know that across the country, boys volleyball is on the rise. What about around here?
There's a huge rise for boys volleyball around here, and really would love to see it become a high school sport for these boys. They want it so badly. Right now, a little bit of the problem is access and being able to offer those programs to the boys. We're trying really hard over here to have boys programs. On the hard court, we usually have one team per season. I'm hoping that we'll be able to field at least 2, maybe 3 teams this season on the hard court side.
Nice.
And then, but what a lot of those boys can do is they can play on beach, and so a lot of boys will play beach volleyball, which is really super fun for them too, and gives them an opportunity to play more tournaments and that sort of thing in our region, as opposed to some of the offerings on the hard court side. But all of that is growing, especially for boys. Every year it gets, the demand is massive for boys. So I'm really hopeful that we'll be able to get more going.
Well, and the boys, as the outsider looking in, I think it's nice because there's not a lot of non-contact sports for boys. And not saying that every boy volleyball player doesn't like contact, but there are some people that don't. And so it's nice that they have somewhere to go play a non-contact sport.
Yeah, that is a huge push towards volleyball that we're seeing from boys. A lot less of, I think parents aren't as excited about their boys playing football, about their boys playing these other sports where they can get these contact injuries. And they're finding volleyball. And then with COVID, even more so, we can't really be that close to each other, so we can't really play that much basketball and football. Let's try volleyball. We can set up a net outside on the grass, and a lot of boys did that over this past couple of years of COVID, and now we're seeing them come into the gym, and it's really cool to see.
Well, thank you so much for having us, and we will make sure we help people find your website and get kids connected.
Thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed this. It was really fun.
Awesome. Thank you.